Good morning!
Good morning!
And welcome to another weekly show of wild and wacky chit-chats with the twins. So, it is a crazy, stormy day out there for anyone that lives in this area. I guess you already know, but it just is like crazy shit is blowing in here, and I'm definitely feeling all the effects of all the energy that's lingering around, and just wondering if you guys are aware of any of the energy. Like we talk a lot about a lot of things, and kind of want to go back to one of the very basic things, which is just the presence of energy. Good morning, Laverne.
Good morning, Laverne. Sorry, I'm trying to share this out and I can't find
What's the weather like where you are? It's pretty stormy here today in Davidson. And I was just saying that I really like driving around town even. It's like when the weather gets crazy, it seems to like just bring in more of the crazy energy that's lingering, like that's, been kind of like the dust in the corners. It's like it stirs it all up. Good morning,
yes.
Kate. And so, like, what are your awarenesses around energy? I set my alarm this time. Awesome. Yeah, what is your awareness of energy, and how much more aware are you than you even may have ever acknowledged, getting a sense of the energy that you feel when you're in any room, in any building, or anywhere that you may go? And like, I guess we just kind of wanted to talk about our journey, really, and who we are and how it kind of all began for us, like even going way back into like childhood and even past lives, but not that we're necessarily going to talk about that, but just share some of our experiences just so that you can hear like what we have, like what we've kind of gone through, and maybe you aren't as aware of what you've gone through, and just by us talking about it,
you can see how far you've come.
Yeah, actually. Like it kind of triggers.
Stormy as well, but it's okay because I love storms. Yes, me too.
Man, crazy weather puts me in such a good
place.
Me too.
Me too,
Me
Kate.
too.
Yes.
So I don't know, Kara and I were just kind of reminiscing this morning about like just kind of how it all began. We're really starting to like kind of deconstruct in a way our life, and where we came from and how we got to where we are, and what are the kind of things that that we used along the way. And like I was just really talking about like when I was a nursing student, and I just was in such a scared place in my life. Like I never felt like such a fraud, like such a like I couldn't be a nurse. How could I be a nurse? How can I save lives? How can I be responsible for people like I am? And like I felt like a big fat fraud. And so, but I had to do it anyways, because I went through 4 years of this stupid program, and then I'm like, well, now I have to work. And that was my choice. I could have walked away and I could have done something else. But anyways, what really helped me then was like using these fun, magical little tools like crystals and journaling. Like I remember I would go to work and I always carried a bloodstone with me, amongst like a hematite, which is a very grounding stone, like connecting you to Mother Earth, and then the bloodstone, which was the stone of courage to me. And it got me to a place where like I just like trusting, and it's like putting that, like asking for that energy and then trusting it. So like we were far more aware even back then than we even realized we were. And like it just helped me through my day, where I could just be like, okay, like it gave me permission to trust in myself. And so it worked, right?
They're like, just, it's energetic support, and like it really is.
Totally. Yeah. And journaling, like I journaled every day. I lived by myself downtown, and again, I was a brand new nurse, and Kara was gone. She was in Asia, And, you know, like, she's always been, like, my sidekick. We've always had each other. And when, even going back before then, like, we did always have each other. And then when she went her own way and I went my own way, was the first time I really was, like,
scary.
Who am I? Like, who the fuck am I?
Who am I is right.
And it began the journey, you know, like, and... So that's what we kind of want to invite you to, is the journey of who are you? Like, do you even know?
Do you even know?
Yeah. Have you ever stopped to really, like, we were talking about this too, like, say with money. Like, it's really easy to say that you want, think of the story where I was sure I was going to win the lottery. Like, I knew, like I knew, like I knew. I, like, bought a lottery ticket, and I posted it to my fridge, and every day I'd look at it, I'd do Reiki on it, and, like, I knew I was going to win this money, and Kara and I were in the city, and we went to this gas station, and lo and behold, I won. Zero. Not even a free ticket. It was just such a kick to the gut.
It was quite a sad moment in time.
Yeah. And what I've now really come to realize, it's like we think we know the things that we want, but do we ever even question why we do? Like, with money, like, I'm like, oh, I want to be a millionaire, or I want this, or I want that. And it's like, why? Like, have you ever really, like, what would change in your life? How would it make your life better? How would it contribute to you? And sure, it probably does, but have you ever stopped to question what it is that you want and why? And so it's
is it even yours?
And is it even yours?
Oh, man.
So, like, if stuff's not showing up for you, like, how present are you getting with what you want? Because once you do start to get really present with what it is you want and what you want your life to be like and what you want it to look like, and, you know, like, not being so specific and trying to figure out the steps along the way, the details.
Right?
It's like,
that's
no,
what really sticks you, because in order for you to change, you have to go into a place that is not familiar. You're going into the unknown. So if you try to define it, well, you don't know what it's going to look like.
Exactly. Yeah. And you also can't change something that you are not aware is even an issue with you. And not even an issue, but just it's something that you've chosen. And if you don't acknowledge that you're choosing it, like being broke, like living paycheck to paycheck, if you don't acknowledge that you're choosing that, you cannot change it. And oh my God.
And it's exciting, though. It's so exciting. Yeah.
LOL, I'd like to be that sure on anything. Sometimes I'm not sure if I actually gotta be. Right? Like, we live on autopilot. We are so used to functioning on autopilot that but then we're on autopilot, but we think we know what we want, and then we're mad when it doesn't show up, but we're not doing anything to change it because we're comfortable where we are, even though we're miserable where we are.
And also, though, deep down, you do know what you want, but we live in a society where you're taught this is right, this is the right way to do it, this is the wrong way to do it, and you don't want to go against what everybody else is doing, whether you realize that or not.
It's so true. Like, it's not like, I mean, not to put blame on anyone else or anything, but like, we really have never known any better. Like, we were raised a certain way, and we were like, things are that's just the way it is. Like, we never even knew we could question that there could be a different way or a different possibility or a different choice. Like, so it's like, we've never, like, first of all, you have to even, like, come to recognize that all the shit that's going on in your head and all your thoughts and your feelings and your emotions and your ideas and your beliefs and, like, the things that you are, like, are very fixed points of view you have. You've never even thought,
is it even mine?
And, like, where did it even come from? Like, really?
If you sit and think about it for a while, like, kind of go back, and it's like, you will discover where that actually came from, and that it was never yours to begin with.
And then once you do kind of have that aha moment where you do really become, like, present with it, and you're like, holy shit, that was never mine, then it kind of leaves you feeling like open,
exposed,
and vulnerable.
Like,
well, now what?
Yeah,
now what? And that's where you do really have to be like, okay, well, what do I actually want out of life? And then just to be an allowance of whatever that looks like, however it shows up, like not judging yourself. Like Kara and I were just talking to this morning about like our years of like heavy drinking, you know, like we did go into a wrongness of it to get us to where, where we ended up going with it. We constantly judged the shit out of ourselves and constantly said we had a problem and all this stuff, but really like
never asked a question. Except, why is this happening?
Yeah, why is this happening? Why is this so hard? And I can't, and like I'll never forget the day that you, Kara showed up every day, 5:00. We got together and drank wine. And then there was the one day that Kara was like, there's got to be more. Because we'd sit for hours and, like, we had epic conversations. We had great and grand and glorious
great.
times.
And most of them we remembered. But...
Most of them we remember. And, but we did. We had these crazy, amazing ideas. And now we're living in them. Like, now they are coming into actualization. And so it's like, don't judge yourself of where you are and what's going on in your life.
You're doing.
In whatever. Because everything happens for a reason, and that only reason is because you're choosing it. And you can make a new choice.
Yeah, let's see what Laverne has to say.
Oh, okay.
I'm realizing how energy sensitive I am. Maybe this is why I love storms. Love this chat. This is where I am. Oh, we're going to get cut off.
I'm currently in a pause waiting for my path to appear as well as figuring. Sorry about my big old finger there. Currently.
What it is that I want.
Yes. Right? Yeah.
And Felita being pulled in two directions.
Yeah, so Felita, if you're being pulled in two directions, like which direction feels lighter and which one will contribute to you now and in the future? And what if it is even yours? Is the one direction being pulled? Is that all the fear of like judgment and society's expectations?
Yes, go deep into what you actually want, because that's where it is again. Of what you want,
right?
In many ways, you know what you want. What feels more fun and light, and ask what will create more for me now and in the future.
And it can feel really, like,
scary
and threatening, but anytime anyone has said to me, I'm like, oh, like, you just try to fight it. It's like,
but
it's scary. Like, it's unknown.
It's unknown, and you don't want to be judged by other people for making the choices that you're making. But
exactly.
Really, how's that working out, right?
But the more you work with like the tool, like I was heavy into like journaling, crystals, meditation, all of that. I was really heavy into that when I was a brand new nurse. Really, really heavy. And I saw how it got me through it and made me stronger and made me more of me and more of who I am. And then, like...
Yeah, working with the tools actually works.
Yeah, it actually works. But you have to do it. Like, it's all fun to be like, you just have to choose. Like, that's all you have to do is you have to make new choices and what else is possible and who does this belong to and all that. Like, that's all excellent information. However...
Put it into practice.
Because, it's not like you follow all these steps and forever you will live happily ever after. It's like, it's an ongoing process. It's a day-to-day being accountable for you and being an allowance of yourself.
And it's fun.
And it is fun.
It's fun, and because you see the difference that it makes in your life. Like, you really do.
And it's like looking at everything you choose and being like, will this contribute more to me now and in the future? Yeah. Like, what is it that I'm choosing? Like, I was even saying to Kara, yesterday I went to the city, and I usually drop minimum $600 when I do a city trip. And yesterday I was like, and I do this every time I go to the city. I'm going to go and I'm going to get what I want because I don't need all this shit. I don't need to spend all this money on stuff. And yesterday was the first time that ever really happened. I spent $30 out of my own money. $30 on the city trip. And when I was in the city, I was like, you know, I had this sense where I'm like, well, you know, like I came up to the city, so like we should be going, me and the kids went. I'm like, well, we should be going and doing something. We should go out and eat. We should go get like a coffee. I always get a Starbucks coffee.
Being in this routine,
right? Yeah, like always being the same. And it's like, I said to Kara, I'm like, I always feel like I want to get a Starbucks coffee. And I know that it's $5 and then the kids want stuff and it's all this. And it's like, and that's fine.
But will it create more fee? Yes or no?
Yeah.
No. Well, then what else is possible, right?
Yeah. Like sometimes the coffee is worth $1 million. And then I said like a whole bunch of times I'll go get a coffee and I won't even notice it or I won't even finish it. And it's like, why did I choose that? Like, who do all these thoughts and feelings and emotions even belong to? And are they my feelings from the past? Like when dad would like leave the lake and we'd be begging to stop at the candy store.
Please let us stop at the candy store.
And he wouldn't, and he would just drive home and we were gutted and we were so sad and everything.
Every time.
So it's like, but does that need to happen every single time? Like there doesn't have to be, like we are so, what's the word I'm looking for?
Creatures of habit.
We're creatures of habit, and we think that we always have to be the same, do the same things.
And that's the whole thing is like stepping out of your comfort zone and like going in different directions, and it can feel really scary. But do you want to be uncomfortable in your comfort zone, or do you want to step out and try something new and fun?
And that's why asking, like, you know, what's the question I'm looking for? What else is possible here that I haven't even considered? You know, like, we're doing this 30 times a day for 30 days, and it's like, what else is possible? Like, just put that energy out there, and then just trust the universe. Like, there's always a way. There's always a way to get where you want to go, even if it seems impossible. And what makes it impossible is you putting up all your walls and being like, nope, there is no other way.
Expecting change, but creating from the same space of being all the time. And Kate says, I always get things I may not need in the city. Who doesn't, right?
And then you get home and you put everything away and you spend $600 minimum. And then you're not even
and
aware
half the shit
of it.
that you got, you're like, why did I get this?
Exactly.
It probably wasn't your idea.
Or you were trying to like fill this void, like because something's missing. Like that's where, like, really for Kara and I, like where where you know we kind of felt like we had hit rock bottom in a way. Like it's like. There's more, but I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to get there. And, like, I'm scared. And
and that person, it's you're missing from the equation.
Exactly.
Because you're doing what you think is expected of you instead of doing what's actually fun and works for you.
Right? Like, we have been so brainwashed. Like, how many times have you said, they say that you're supposed to do this? Who are they? And how many times have you said, who are they?
Yeah,
yet just went along with it anyways, because you're like,
that's just the way it is.
That's just the way it is. But there is always another way. Yes. Expecting change, but doing the same thing or thinking the same thoughts. Light bulb moment, right, Laverne? It's like, how can things change? It's like you're a dog chasing its tail.
Well, and it's the definition of insanity. Yeah. Doing the same thing over and over again.
Totally.
And expecting a different result. Doesn't work.
One of the shows that I'm watching right now is Suits. And it's brought that's why I love this show. It's like a lawyer show, and Harvey Specter, like, he's the main guy.
He does what he wants.
Yeah. And even when people tell him, like, even when he's up against the wall, like, they're going to lose this case, he always finds a way because he knows there is always other possibilities. And if you get out of your head and you slam down your barriers and you really ask what else is possible that I haven't even considered, there's always something.
Because if you decide something isn't going to work out, then it won't. Like, right? That's how powerful we are.
Because you have to prove that you're right. It's like, it's not going to work out. And so you're blind to any other possibilities out there. Void for sure. My worst is craft and art supplies. I never need the amount I get. Oh, me too, Kate. I've got like so many supplies of like stuff to make. Hi, Mom. To make like face lotion or oils. Like I've got like boxes of stuff downstairs that I just kept feeling like I needed to buy more because then I would create more and then I would be happier and blah, blah, blah. And then it made me feel guilty because then I just see it all sitting there and, you know, I should be doing this. I should be doing that. Shooting our life away.
Yeah.
But it's just so much easier than that. Like, we make life so damn complicated all the time. Yeah. And it's like, just simplify your life.
Yeah, that's the key to life.
It's really as easy as 1, 2, 3.
It is.
It's like, what do you want? Period. What do you want? Like, ask yourself. Write it down. Like, write down a list of what you want with your finances, what you want in your relationships, what you want your job to look like.
And anywhere you go into a justification of why it can't be bigger than that, too, though, ask, like, is this mine?
Yeah.
Can it be a little bit bigger
Exactly. Like, look at your body and, like, how many points of views do you have about your body and why do you have those points of view about your body? You know, like, where did that ever come from? And what is it that you really, really want out of life? Quit shitting on yourself.
Yes,
like,
Laverne.
So, that's right, Laverne. We should
I
ourselves
should do
to
this
death.
and I should do that. No, what do you want?
Right?
Like, what will make you happy?
Like, forever, I was really into making lists of the stuff I want. Like, every month I would do like a monthly list. Like, this is what I need to do. This is what I should do. This is what I have to do.
Oh, I've never done a
list. I did forever. And then I would stroke them off. And I would stroke them off. And it made me feel better, but it also stressed the ever-living shit out of me. Because I would look at that list, and it was all my shoulds. Every month I had a should list. And then I wondered why it made me, like, anxious. Yet I'm like, okay, good job. Like, pat on the back. Good job,
but
you
there
did
was
it.
Good and there was bad to that
absolutely.
Too, right? Just like everything in life.
But it, yeah, like I was just like,
it wasn't. The key is noticing what works for you and noticing what doesn't. And
exactly.
The things that don't work for you, it's like, all right, well, what else can we do?
What else is possible that I haven't even considered?
Yes.
And yeah, oh yeah, that is my phone there. I was gonna look and see what time it was. Oh, wow. So, okay, so this might be kind of an exciting time then for Kara and I to, like, just tell you guys that we do have something up our sleeves here.
We're brewing something out.
So all our years of drunk talking and, like, all these Einstein moments like, out by I have this big weeping willow tree in my front yard, and we had these dreams. We had these like extreme, crazy, wild and out there,
profound moments in time.
Moments where we're like, I want that, but we never got past that. And then what I was saying before is there was the one day that you said to me, like, and you didn't want to hurt my feeling that too. I remember you're like, I just feel like I shouldn't come over every day at 5 anymore.
Oh yeah,
because
that was a tough one.
It was a tough one, and even lunch, because we were also like having drinks every day at lunch too. Yeah. And Kara said to me, like, I feel like, you know, like, what's the difference me coming over to your place, or as opposed to hitting up the bar after work every day.
Belly up to the bar every day at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
For years.
And
for a decade.
When you said that to me, where you're like, I think we should not do that every day anymore. And I was just like, well, what else am I going to do? like, it scared me.
It was
and
a scary,
I
scary
resisted
thing.
it, and I was sad by it, and I felt full of anxiety, and because I was like, that means I'm going to have to do something. Like, that means like, I'm going to have to get present with myself, and I have to start fucking acknowledging what the hell is happening in my life. Yeah. Like, because I'm not drowning my sorrows out here anymore. And
it's a very exposed feeling.
And so step by step, and it's just
and it's baby steps. Baby steps.
It's like not like you get like all of a sudden you're like here, like it's like, no, just slowly start following that magical energy trail to where you want your life to be. And it can be so hard to even notice it's happening. Like, it's so subtle.
And Linda a friend of ours had sent us this audio thing, and it explained it like, if you've got a train going down at like 80 miles an hour, and all of a sudden it realizes it wants to switch directions, you're not going to just abruptly stop like that on the tracks and go another direction. It would be very damaging to everything inside the train. And it's the same thing with all of a sudden this aha moment of, I want to go a new direction in my life. Exactly. You don't just do it overnight. It's
and as you're coming slamming down, like not abruptly, but as you are, you can use so many things that will help you get you there.
So many tools to use.
So what Kara and I have been crafting here is an online 12-week course that is all of this in like a not intense, it's gonna be super fun 12-week course. The Perfectly Imperfect You Project is what it is called. Even saying it makes me
Perfectly Imperfect You project.
Excited. And it's gonna be a journey. And it's going to be an ongoing journey even after that 12 weeks. It's not like this 12 weeks you're going to like, you got it all figured out. Like, it's not like that.
You don't know, because we don't know. We're never going to know. We're always stepping into the unknown.
So if you are, like, ready, if you are just so sick and tired of where your fucking life is, and you are just like, shit has got to change.
I don't know how to get there.
I don't know how to get there. I'm doing all these things, all these stupid self-help things out there. Tell me it's just this easy, and all I gotta do is this, and all I gotta do is that. Well, we are your gals, and we will be definitely letting you know more information. But just for now, just to, just kind of put that into your awareness and let it kind of bubble up in there.
Yes. Or if you have tried to make changes and are back to, it's just easier here.
Yes.
It's just easier. And you've convinced yourselves of all the reasons why it's actually just easier to stay where you are.
Totally.
This might be something you're looking for.
I'm good. Maybe in the next lifetime I'll try harder.
Yeah. Yes.
So do stay tuned, and just remember, like, that there is always other possibilities. No matter how stuck you may think you are, no matter how unhappy you may be, no matter how scared you may feel or anxious you may feel, or like everything feels too overwhelming, the bigger picture is too overwhelming, just know that all you have to do is get an awareness of what it is that you want in life, and then you just have to follow that magical energy trail.
It just starts somewhere. It starts by just being like, holy shit, I am choosing exactly where I am right now.
Choosing for me. What else can I choose?
Yeah.
And stay tuned for our 12-week project, ongoing, life-changing, mind-blowing, magical journey.
Yes.
And we will talk to you guys next week. And also, if you're in the Davidson area, tonight we have our meditation and group healing night at 7:15 here at the Healer Spot. It's you can shoot us a text, or you can just show up, and hope to see some of you guys later tonight.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.